If you could please welcome Obaro to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you for that introduction. I just want to apologise in advance for the language in this. It's a character. As I approached Karen's house on Lindell Road, there were ducks in the street. Ducks? I had been cruising in my brand new, environmentally hostile VW Tiguan, the exquisite vehicle that takes me where I want to go in immaculate comfort. But I had to hit the brakes sharply. Ducks? I tried to convince myself they must be huge pigeons or multicolored seagulls, but they were ducks, 10 to 20 of them, spanning the width of the street. As I waited, watching stupidly for what felt like, well, 30 seconds or so, a honk in the distance alerted me to the list of cars starting to queue behind me. Past the tragic red Punto and the pathetic Yaris, they formed a Technicolor metal caterpillar at least 50 meters long and growing still, the end disappearing around the corner. People were getting pissed off. There aren't ducks in the street, what am I supposed to do? I said, loud enough for no one else to hear. The horn started to form a scattered chorus. I waved my hands in frustration so that at least the old cow eyeballing me from the Punto could assume I had stopped for a reason. Among the furious horns arose the voices, "Move, what are you doing?" and a few more choice phrases I can't even fucking repeat right now. The ducks milled around, fussing over what looked like a few crusts of stale pizza, as a few Muppet pedestrians and cyclists slowed down to watch and do nothing. I huffed, deciding it was up to me to take action. This is ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous, I said, unfastening my seatbelt. Luckily, I was in one of the few neighborhoods in East Bristol where I don't mind letting my shoes touch the street. I got out of the car and smoothed my jacket, adjusted my tie. The blast of heat from the sun, tempered by a soft breeze, was offensive compared to the pitch-perfect climate control I was accustomed to. Look at these morons, just standing there staring at me. The mere sight of them seemed to smell bad. I shook my head and theatrically gesticulated towards the unlikely obstruction. On the spot, in full view of a gawking audience, I slowly and daintily spread my arms apart, crouched and edged gently towards the ducks, then began carefully waving and shooing them away, as carefully as you would with ducks, looking like an almighty twat. This is ridiculous, I muttered. Don't you dare shit on me. Any of you, this is a new suit. And don't touch the car. If any of you touch the car, I will cook and eat all of you. It was at this point that cold pieces of wet debris seemed to fall from the sky. But it wasn't debris, it was rubbish. Actual rubbish. First the rest of the pizza, a good few slices, covered in cold tomato sauce and bits of congealed cheese, sliding down my cheeks. My suit! Then the pizza box itself, followed by some mostly empty paper cups, drenching me in what smelled like tepid Sprite or 7-Up. I froze in searing rage as a tangle of swear words escaped my unmoving lips. The ducks took a brief flight in unison, surrounding me with loud, windy flaps and quacks before landing on me, all around me, on my car. If they had been pigeons, I would have punched and kicked the fuckers. Fucking pigeons. If they had been seagulls, I would have legged it. Seagulls are goddamn vicious bastards. But they were ducks, and I was covered in crap. Now don't get me wrong, ducks can be vicious too, but you can't kick or punch them. You just can't. So instead, I covered my face and tentatively stepped, hopped, and danced away, taking care not to step on the flappy fuckers. By this time, the house windows were full of Muppets' faces, and the pavement buzzed with pointers, laughers, and aim cameras. What the fuck is wrong with everyone? Then I noticed a different species of bird arriving in a flock from the roofs of some buildings further up the road. Pigeons! And a few seagulls zoned in on the feast from elsewhere. As the birds gathered mid-flight, forming a canopy above me, they decided to begin a communal shit-off. Oh, for fuck's sake, I was covered in white mess, suit ruined, shoes ruined, car in need of a full valet. Now there were at least 50 birds, ducks, pigeons, seagulls, bastards, a lot of them, feeding on the scraps of food being thrown at me, at my car, and across the street by a pestilent bunch of slack-jawed, blonde dreadlocked student morons on a come down from an all-nighter. Many of the idiot drivers were out of their second-hand cars, all pointing, all laughing, forming bonds with each other in mutual entertainment at my predicament, Me, the idiot trying to herd the ducks off the street instead of, I don't know, running them over or something. Seeing as I was covered in shit, and most likely already a YouTube sensation, soon to appear on all news outlets worldwide, a joke viral video to be liked and shared from Mumbai to Philadelphia, humiliated across the globe for the next 2 to 6 weeks, I thought, fuck it, just fuck it. It was at this moment that I knew exactly what to do.